Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Family Sedan channel. Is the fact that Ripple holds, at this point, a little bit less than half of all XRP in existence, is that a problem? Is that going to be a problem moving forward in terms of negative price action for XRP? Now, mind you, of course, as you're probably well aware to this point, Ripple has been an excellent steward of the XRP ecosystem. And, when they do sell XRP, it's a fraction of what they could. They've got 1 billion XRP coming out of escrow over a single month, and almost all of it consistently has gone back in. But even in a world where the vast majority or all of it is fully out into the wild, beyond Ripple's hands, is that going to be a problem? You're talking about doubling the amount of XRP that's available to the public over X amount of time. To what degree is that going to be a problem? Is it why we're seeing the XRP price today so low? As the amount of XRP that's considered to be in circulating supply, the way that's calculating crypto, increases, what's going on? And so there is an XRP community member who was asking me a supply question initially about another coin that I also hold, which is HBAR. And he was concerned about circulating supply increasing. And the concerns are the same for many coins out there, including XRP, frankly. And it's a perfectly reasonable thing to ask, perfectly reasonable. I mean, especially if you're jumping into crypto, maybe you're new to XRP, learn about it for the first time, you should be asking these questions. That's what any intelligent person would do. I came in as a skeptic, as I am with pretty much anything in life, and I wanted to learn. I wasn't just eager to believe for the sake of it. I came in as a blank slate, wanted to believe whatever's true. And that meant I needed to ask questions. And there's so many people that ask trolly sounding questions that I was afraid of running the risk on Twitter back in 2017. It's like, are people going to think that I'm just asking stuff because I'm indicating that I think that XRP is garbage or this or that? And everyone's actually really nice. So that didn't really happen to me. But all that to say, if you're worried about somebody asking that particular question, fine, there are some trolls out there who engage in that way. But it's a good idea to have an understanding of the supply and demand side of what's going on here. So I'll break it down. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. And on a day where XRP is, dipped on down into the 32-something cent range, and we've got this headline from you today, 1 billion XRP unlocked from escrows. Here's where tokens go, which is still hilarious to me. This is a great day to talk about this stuff. And my gosh, it's been half a damn decade at this point that XRP's been locked up by Ripple. Half a damn decade. We still have monthly crypto media articles covering it every single freaking month. And I highlight it just because it's really funny to me. Stop reporting it, please. Just stop reporting it, and then I'll stop making fun of you for reporting it. All right, so shout out to Irish Crypto Red, who had some thoughtful take and wanted to ask a few of us and tagged me in this short thread here. And I want to share with you what he had to say, which is the right thing you should be asking. And I want to share with you what my perspective was in response to this, because I've considered all of the things that he brought up here, and it's good to engage in thoughtful conversation. That's how people in communities can help to arrive at reasonable conclusions, getting wisdom not just from yourself and what you've researched, but sharing your wisdom with others and learning what others have learned. So it's fantastic. That's why the XRP community is absolutely amazing. And it is still kind of comical to me that the XRP community almost entirely lives on Twitter. I don't know how that happened, but it's true. The XRP community, it's massive. And if you want to engage, yes, there's xrpchat.com, but the vast majority of people, I kid you not, it's on Twitter. It's a good, if you're not on Twitter, that's actually a good reason to join. You just block everybody else because it is a cesspool, but it's getting better, I think. And so Irish Red Crypto wrote the following. I don't want anyone to think I'm not bullish on HBAR anymore. It's still more than 10% of my entire portfolio. I am just annoyed that no one really addresses the massive increase in supply. This affects future price appreciation. So let's pause to say, yes, supply is one side of the equation, undeniably. And for the sake of this video, I'm not going to get into specifics of HBAR supply, what it is, this or that. It's outside the scope of what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to make a broader point here, but totally fair, 100%, and responsible to be researching this and just looking into it. And then Irish Red Crypto says, so HBAR market cap is currently down 87%, while the price amount is down 93%. Might not seem like a lot, but if the circulating supply has not been increased, then the H bar price would currently be 7.5 cents instead of 3.7 cents. That's 100% from where the price is now. Yeah, so, and then he tagged me along with Credible Crypto and Kevin Cage, my fellow XRP YouTuber, and said, I'd like to get your opinion on this, please. And there's so many ways to slice and dice this. I mean, let me share with you first what I wrote in response, and I'll just kind of go from there. Because in a general sense, like, we don't necessarily have to get into the nitty-gritty on like every single coin that all of us are interested in to understand a crucial concept that I don't think most people invested in crypto sufficiently appreciate. Which again, it isn't to say it's wrong. Irish Red is doing the right thing and he is correct. It's perfectly reasonable to bring up the concern. But in my estimation, there's an important piece of the equation that more people should consider. And I'm not saying that Irish Red hadn't necessarily thought of this. I don't know if he had or hadn't. He just asked for my thoughts on this, and so I'm just providing it. And so what I wrote is, my short answer is I'm counting on demand to substantially outpace supply as crypto adoption continues. H-bar all-time high was about 56 cents, and a fraction of a percent of humans have ever bought it. Imagine what happens to crypto asset class market cap when even just 20% of people have exposure. If supply of any item doubles, triples, quadruples, etc., but demand increases by 100x or 200x or 300x, etc., what happens to the price of that item? It skyrockets. Totally fair point for you to bring up, of course. I personally am not bothered by it. Bothered by it though. And then Irish Red Crypto responded, yeah, as I said, I'm still heavily invested and bullish on the project. I just feel that people aren't taking it into account. A sales pause. Yeah, there are people that aren't considering it, and there are also people that aren't considering the demand side in the future, because I think that that's what's going to drive all of this anyway. I mean, truly speaking, it's of crucial importance. Yes, both matter. And some people don't consider either of the sides. They're just like, I don't know, I'm putting my money in a thing. I'm not going to do research. Everybody, whatever floats your boat, bro. I know that's not you, Irish Red Crypto. I'm just saying. And then he says, your points are 100% on point, and why I am still bullish on it. Appreciate it, but yeah. So it seems like and I appreciate your thoughtful questions, Irish Red Crypto. So it sounds like he and I are kind of thinking along the same lines. It's just good to have conversation about this stuff. I love the XRP community. It's the best community in all of crypto. And then I wrote, I'm on the same page, and people should certainly be aware of supply. I also think critiques about Ripple holding so much XRP are totally fair, but it simply doesn't bother me, as I think the demand side will be substantially more powerful than the supply side in the future. Yeah, and so look, people have said all sorts of nonsense about XRP since the beginning of time, effectively, right? Ever since the advent of XRP, ever since inception, right? And like a critique like that, if you just don't like the tokenomics in terms of how distribution has taken place or is taking place or quantity held by parties, fair enough. And it's fair enough for me to feel 100% differently. I don't mind that stuff at all. I don't get offended by people having different ideas than my own. I just don't like the people that are being trolly or saying nonsense or putting out FUD about XRP can be printed or your XRP can be frozen, all that crap. That's where I'm like, well, now you done crossed the line. I mean, if you're somebody that was tricked and you thought XRP could be frozen, fine. Because there are major narratives several years ago, and big names like Roger Ver even thought that it was true, and then he apologized for being wrong and propagating that. And so stuff like that happens too. But, everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's perfectly fine. To me, I knew this in 2017. I don't care. In fact, if anything, because I don't have trust issues in life in general, fine, I can get burned by Ripple. They start doing a bunch of nonsense in terms of the price action for XRP. Okay, fine. You fooled me then. If that happens, that sucks for me, I guess. But I think that they're going to do what's in their best interest, and they've been demonstrating for their entirety of their existence that they're interested in a long-term viable XRP in every way imaginable. And so I'm not worried about any of those things. And if you think also about the fact that XRP, it hit, I mean, my God, here's a headline. I got a couple pulled up, but here's a headline from Forbes, January 4th, 2018. This is the date of XRP's all-time high. It's been in just a few days, 5 years. We're a few days away from 5 years since the all-time high. We still haven't seen a new all-time high. Which, by the way, like, to me, that's not an indicator. Like, the fact that things are not going in a timeline that we would have happened, like, to preferred, that is not an indicator of long-term viability of the thing. So I don't care. But look at this headline: Ripple approaches, and oh, God damn it, I already have to stop. It was a little more forgivable back then. 5 years ago, people, to a lesser extent, understood the difference between Ripple and XRP. It's less forgivable today. But anyway, the headline is Ripple approaches at $4, extending gains to hit new all-time high. So, of course, they mean XRP, but it was 5 years ago. I'll give them a pass for that one, I guess. It's not really forgivable in 2023 now. But consider this. It's fine. Ripple held a little bit more XRP, not an insane amount more. I can't remember if the circulating supply might have been like the upper 30 billions. I don't have that column pulled up for this. It doesn't really, you know what? I'm pretty sure it was like 36, 37 billion was in the circulating supply, and it's to whatever degree higher. I don't know if it's like 48 billion or something. I'd have to look. So you guys can throw the number in the comment section below, whatever it actually is. But even with that bit of increase, I'm just telling you, there was still enough demand for XRP that it outstripped, for that moment in time, the supply. And there was a frenzy around. You see this around all sorts of in various markets. Consistently. Well, when I say consistently, what I mean by that is humans are going to continue to have these periods of time where they act completely irrationally. And then this is one of those times it's like FOMO, and it's just the price keeps going up. That just validates it further and further. But you start to create a bubble. It's true of any asset class or asset in general if you get that type of frenzy around it here. But what I'm just noting is, even with Ripple doing what they were doing, even with Jed McCaleb selling all sorts of XRP, it wasn't enough to stop XRP from running up to $4. So what's going to stop it now? There's way more people in crypto now, and there will be way more in the future. For perspective, when I jumped into crypto November of 2017, there were less than 700,000 XRP accounts in creation. And at that point, XRP had been around about half a decade. Okay, so less than 700,000. In the 2.5 week time period when the frenzy was happening, when XRP was just rocketing up, about 300,000 new accounts were created. It went from about 700,000, a little less than that, to about 1 million. It may have been a hair shy of that, but it was very close. And at the time that I'm recording this, here I'll pull up the XRP Rich List website. You can see that we now have 4,522,992 XRP accounts. So why is the price what it is? Because there's not enough demand to push it higher. That's the literal answer. That's a literal answer. So then you just might be questioning, okay, well, why isn't there more demand? Well, the asset class moves in tandem, my friends. This is why we just have to sit and wait and be patient. And eventually, true utility, I think, will sufficiently be valued. But this asset class is so damn nascent, it's going to take some time. That's what I personally believe. So no, whether you have, even if we had twice the amount of total XRP in existence, if look, you're talking about less than 1%, way less than 1% of humans on the planet have ever held XRP at any moment in time. And if you're talking about a future that I think is going to happen where, at some point in the future, even if it's a long time from now, most people on the planet have exposure to crypto, and maybe that would be in the later stages where it's regular, just use it, and nobody's doubting it anymore. Well, if you're one of the people that's jumped in when it's just a fraction of a percent of people that hold XRP, and if XRP is going to be long-term viable and over half the world's utilizing crypto at some point, even if it takes a long time to get there, well, who cares if the supply were twice what it is right now? It doesn't matter. If you're talking about an order of magnitude, like how many times higher? 100-fold, 1,000-fold. How many times fold from what it is now, people coming in? Well, that's what I'm anticipating happening in crypto. I'm betting on that. I'm just here among the first of people to adopt this technology. And if you're listening in 2023, you are too. So kudos to you for paying attention. But anyway, I just want to engage this little critical thinking exercise. I think it's fun to talk about this stuff from time to time. But let me know what you think. Those are some of my thoughts on the topic. I always love thoughtful discourse. If you think I'm missing anything or get anything wrong, well, then you shut up, you're wrong. No, I'm kidding. I love thoughtful discourse. If you think I'm wrong, just articulate why. I do not get offended by ideas that are different than my own. I don't get offended by people challenging my ideas. In fact, I enjoy it. I like thoughtful discourse. I think debate's fun as long as it's civil. If it's not civil, then it's not debate. It's an argument. And that's not as fun. Those are not as fun to engage in. But yeah, if you've got something you think that I'm wrong or missing something, let me know. It's fun to talk about. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Family Sedan.